Good morning, everyone. And, Mama, welcome to Bomber Field. Now, this isn't Bomber Field. This is Hope Field.
So. Yes, this is not Bomber Field. This is Hope Field down here in White Rock. And thank you for joining us this morning on the Los Alamos Daily Post YouTube channel. This is Mike Mays along with my good friend Gene Mortensen, and this is game one of a softball baseball doubleheader this morning, right here at Overlook Park at Hope Field. We are going to watch the Los Alamos Hilltoppers softball team take on the Taos Tigers, the visiting Taos Tigers, in their second District 2 4A ball game of the season. Tigers come into this game. They have not won a game yet, Gene, and it's been a little bit of a rough go. The Toppers pulled out a crazy game on Wednesday to win their first district contest of the season over Espanola Valley. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, come behind victory. They were down, 4-0?
5-1 going into the bottom of the sixth.
Okay. Yeah. So right now on the mound for Los Alamos, let's see, we've let's see. Oh, Michaela Guillen is on the mound for the Hilltoppers, and the first batter for Taos comes to the plate. That is Ariana Gutierrez. She is the shortstop, and right now the count on her is 1-1, and so Michaela Guillen on the mound, and behind the plate for Los Alamos, swing and miss. So that's going to make it one ball and 2 strikes. Illy Garcia is behind the plate for Los Alamos, so that's the battery for the Hilltoppers. So Michaela right now, 1-2 ahead in the count. And this one is a swing and miss, boy, on a fastball. So Ariana Gutierrez goes down swinging, and so that will bring up now the left fielder, Mike. That'll be Julie Flores, and she'll be followed by Kendra Sandoval. They bring us the lineups, and the first pitch is fouled off by Julie. They bring us the lineups, and then the lineups they're about the fifth copy in a carbon situation.
Right, exactly. So, anyway, they're exactly as easy to read as you think they were.
This morning, boy, she took a bunch off of that one. Julie Flores bit big time, so that makes it strike 2. The Taos coach, I looked at he handed me the lineup. He said, "Can you read that?" And I said, "Read what?" Anyway. So, whoa, as she's called out on the strike. She tried to check her swing, but could not. And so she goes down swinging, and so that's going to bring up. So right now, Mike is 2 up, 2 down. I think you said Taos has not won a ball game. They've won 2.
Oh, they must have won the other day then.
Yeah, they beat Santa Fe Indian School in a doubleheader.
Oh, all right.
By identical scores, 14-11.
Oh, wow.
Both games.
All right, so the Tigers then in the win column. I did not see that. Those final scores, but we're 0-7 going into the game now. 2-7, so they're on a roll.
Yeah, they're 2-7. This is their first district game, and so they face the Hilltoppers to start things off with. So Michaela tries to take something off of that one. And that floats outside on her, so that's going to make it a 1-1. So Madeline Quintana will be up. Hard ball out into right field, right center. So just a little to the right of second base, and out into center field, and waiting for it, just scooping it up for Los Alamos, that's Maria de Herrera. For a minute, I thought I didn't have a right fielder, a center fielder. I mean, so anyway, so she gets on a nice single. So she she will head down now to first base. That is Kendra Sandoval. Madeline Quintana comes to the plate now for the Tigers. The Hilltoppers have 2 away, and Taos has a runner on first, and Michaela Guillen on the mound for Los Alamos. This one is high and outside, and so the runner holds. So I don't know if the runner's going to go anywhere. I don't know what kind of an arm we haven't seen. Illy Garcia, haven't seen her arm yet this year, but they're right back to Michaela Guillen. That was an easy one, Mike. Right back, just kind of a little, very, very slow worm burner. Went right back to Michaela. All she had to do was scoop it up and zing it over to first base for the Hilltoppers. So she gets it over to Bella Robertson, and so that will retire the side. So they leave. They had 1 hit, and they left 1 runner on, and there's no score, of course, in this ball game.
So a nice day here today at Overlook Park. Blue skies, not a whole lot of actually no clouds whatsoever. A little bit breezy today.
Yeah, I was going to say, it got really windy yesterday. And I was hoping it wasn't going to do that today, because that's the thing that kills us, boy, that wind, the wind and the cold and the rain.
Yeah, not super warm. Actually, I think it'd be a little bit warmer without the wind, but little breeze going across. Feels like from left to right, the breeze today. But in any event, not too bad. Better than we saw the last couple of days weather-wise. So Los Alamos coming to the plate, Gene, and
yeah, they're going to bring up Rihanna there'll be Rihanna Narano to start things off. She's a left fielder, and she'll be followed by Onessa Wiake. Hope I got that right. And then the number 3 batter is going to be Abby De Herrera. The cleanup hitter for Los Alamos will be the pitcher of Michaela Guillen.
So Topper's hoping to get off to a quick start here. With a team like Taos, Gene, that's really struggled this season, the last thing you want to do is let them hang around any more than you absolutely have to. So if the Toppers can get going here early, that would be a big feather in their cap. And Los Alamos has generally started off games fairly well, except for the other day against Espanola Valley. Just could not get anything going against their pitcher, Camille Hernandez, who had a great first 5 innings in that ball game. And unfortunately, the wheels just fell off for the Sun Devils completely in the 6th.
So we're going to start things off with Rihanna Narano, and the girls are wearing different uniforms today. She's showing bunt or slap bunt, whatever she wants to do. Pitch is going to be high and outside. So all the girls in different uniforms today, and I understand that. So one of the girls' parents' father has cancer, and so today they charge to get in the ball game, and which is, of course, they never charge to get in any of these ball games. But anyway, all the money they pick up is supposed to go for that cause, and so they had quite a ceremony here this morning before we started the ball game off. So anyway, the Topper girls with new uniforms and then white and blue. Of course, they normally are in yellow and gold and green, but not this morning. And so Rihanna Narano still at the plate for Los Alamos. Whoa! Wow! What a play by second base! Wow! Boy, I mean, a hard line drive just to the right of second base, and right there was Sonia Gallegos. Boy, Sonia just running to her right. She just took off running to her right, stuck that glove out and scooped it up. Beautiful play that time by Sonia. So at the plate now for Los Alamos, we have Onessa Wiake. So the first pitch to her is a ball. There was nobody on, 1 out, and fouled off. So it's going to be 1-1. And then after following Onessa will be Abby D. Herrera. She'll be followed by the pitcher, Michaela Guillen. So right now we have one away on a hard line drive that was picked up nicely by the second baseman, and so this one is fouled by Onessa. And who caught that?
That was actually the pitcher.
Yeah.
Caught that. That was Kendra Sandoval. Barely had to move out of the circle.
So at the plate now is Abby D. Herrera. So it's 2 up, 2 down right now for Los Alamos. And Abby D. Herrera is the shortstop. Boy, nice pitch. Hard. Boy, I mean, a fastball just above the knees. Boy, pretty pitch. So right now it's 2 up, 2 down for Los Alamos. It was essentially 2 up, 2 down for Taos, but then they did get a hit. Abby takes a swing and misses. And the pitcher out there for the Tigers is Kendra Sandoval. And boy, she's zinging them, Mike.
Looking really good so far. Both pitchers are. And Kendra. She nasty pitch. Wow.
Just like April Fool's Day yesterday. She got her. So called strike, which was an off-speed pitch. Boy, she took a lot off of that, and it was just and Abby could do nothing but just look at that one. So 3 up, 3 down for Los Alamos. And so that'll ends that first inning, and right now it's still a 0-0 ball game. And then we're going to roll around to the top of the second inning, and we're going to be looking at looks like Lily Chacon and Jasmine Wandegron and Sonia Gallegos. Sorry. So that'll be the first 3 batters for the Tigers to start things off here in the top of the second inning. No score in this ball game. And
so we'll see. We'll see how the Toppers play on defense. Very good defensive game the other day against Espanola Valley. The play of the game might have been in right field from Izzy Robertson early in the ball game. There was a hard line drive into right field, but Izzy Madison, and Madison caught it and then doubled up the runner on first. The runner on first took off. I would have too. I didn't think she had a prayer to catch that, and she did, and that ended up quelling what could have been a gigantic inning for Espanola Valley. It was a very, very well hit ball that Izzy was able to pick up.
So the first batter right now is going to be Lily Chacon, and she is the third baseman. So she pops this one up and right to the pitcher. Whoa, and she drops it. Oh, mama. She had her cold on that one. Wow. A pop fly to the pitcher. I mean, what more do you want? What more could you ask for?
Yeah, that one. Right. That's one. Michaela usually gets. That hit her right in the heel of the glove, and she just couldn't hang on.
Yeah, it just hit the glove and it just rolled out. So that puts a runner on first on the error, and then that'll bring up now Jasmine Mondragon. So Jasmine, she fouls the first one off. She's the catcher for the Tigers. So looking at Los Alamos right now, let's see. The first base is Bella Robertson, and second base is Hannah Bergman. Third base for the Hilltoppers is Onessa Wiake. Okay. Wiake, and then the shortstop is Abby D. Herrera. So we'll get the outfield here in a minute. Michaela Guillen on the mound. It's a 1-1 count right now. There's a fouled off hard against the first base dugout, and so that's going to make it now 1-2. So we have nobody out, runner on first, and the count is 1-2 to Jasmine, and she'll be followed by the second baseman, Sonia Gonzalez. And so, whoa. And so I think at this point, I think Lily Chacon was a little confused. I think I don't know what she thought that was. Maybe she thought it was ball four. So she started to walk down to second base.
Yeah, she was halfway down, and well, that pitch is going to get away, and she's going to get second base after. But yeah, she was just kind of casually strolling over to second base, and then stopped, and then Illy Garcia threw to second base. Not really sure what she was doing. I'm still not sure what she was doing either.
There's a hard ground ball down to right field, and they'll play it at first, and they get her out. Boy, fantastic play out in right field for Los Alamos by Izzy Madison. That was a hard ground ball out there, but Izzy was able to charge it, scoop it up, and get it over to first base to Bella Robertson, and so they end up retiring the side on what should have been a nice base hit, but good defensive play by Izzy. But that does advance Chacon. So Lily Chacon goes down to third, and right now we have 2 outs. So that's an unusual scoring play, Mike, when you go 9-3.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
So Sonia Gallegos is at the plate, and Sonia is the second baseman. Boy, pitch is kind of low, but she takes a golf swing at it.
But the Tigers here early with a shot, runner on third with 1 out.
Yeah, and they've been hitting Michaela. So there's only 1 away. Michaela tries to take something off of it. Thing floats away from her. And so the count right now is, let's see, what is it? It's 1-2 is the count. So Sonia Gallegos at the plate. She'll be followed by Penny Espinosa. This one's fouled off against the screen. The count's going to stay at 1-2. And
glad the screen was there. That would have got me right in the forehead.
Exactly. Lily Chacon standing down there on third base, got out on an error and then decided to walk down to second base. Oh, called strike. Wow, nice pitch. So Sonia Gallegos is called out on strikes, and that makes it 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Top of the second. I can do this. Anyway, so at the plate right now is Penny Espinosa, the first baseman. This pitch is going to be a little high, and then we'll get down to she's the number 8 batter in the order, and then Selena Stevens will be up next if they get that far. Boy, nice pitch. Beautiful pitch right down the middle, right at knee height. And so Penny decides that she's just going to take a look at that one. So this pitch catches the outside corner. So right now they still have that runner down on third base at Lily Chacon trying to get her home. But right now Michaela way ahead on the count, 0-2. Wow! Whoa!
Oh boy!
Whoa. I mean that looks awfully good right down the middle and just above the knees a little bit. But the official doesn't agree with us, so that makes it now 2-2. There's the swing, and that's it. So Penny Espinosa goes down swinging, and that'll end that brings us off of the second inning to a close. And so it so let's see, Mike. The Taos comes to the plate, and they got no hits. They got robbed of a hit out into right field, but they have no hits. But there was 1 error on Los Alamos, and so they left a runner on third base, Lily Chacon. So the score right now still 0-0 here at Hope Field.
And so for Guillen, looking very, very good, using the outside corner very effectively here early in this ball game, already with 4 strikeouts. She struck out the first 2 batters of the ball game, and then was able to get Sonia Gallegos and Penny Espinoza. Gallegos looking. She also had a backward K there in the first inning as well. So looking very, very sharp here early. He is Guillen. So no score, and as is tradition in baseball and softball, if you have a really good inning defensively, you get to bat first.
Right, exactly.
And that's exactly what's going to happen.
So yeah, that's exactly right. So the pitcher at the plate for Los Alamos, Michaela Guillen. So the first pitch to Michaela, and it's a called strike. Boy, nice pitch. So Michaela will be followed by Micah Stanfield and then Hannah Bergerman. Well, that's the lineup for Los Alamos right now. And another good-looking pitch, but it's called a ball. And so to Michaela Guillen, the pitcher, and the count right now is 1-1.
I thought that caught the inside corner.
So did I. That pitch looked awfully good. There's a floater that, and it floats. It kind of floats.
It did
outside.
exactly what it was supposed to do.
Yes, and so that makes it now 1-2. And there's a high fly ball, and that was in foul territory. Oh, and the catcher, Lily heading over there and pulled that one down for the Tigers. Nice play, Jasmine Mondragon, the catcher, and boy, she pulled that one in big. Let's see now, Jasmine, the catcher, and so right in front of the third base dugout. So she just headed over there. Boy, did she take off. I would have thought the third baseman would have played that one. And there's a high fly ball out into center field. And boy, a one-handed catch out there in center field for the Tigers. And that's Selena Stevens. She had no trouble with that one. She just high fly ball. She just stuck her glove up there and one-handed the whole thing. So 2 quick outs now for Los Alamos. So Michaela, she fouls out to the catcher, and then Micah Stanfield, the designated hitter, and a high fly ball out into center field, and she is gone. And then it'll bring up now Hannah Bergerman, and Hannah is the. Go ahead. Is that Hannah?
Yes, that is Hannah.
Yes. So first pitch to Hannah, and she fouls it off. So on the mound and doing a really very good job right now that's Kendra Sandoval. Boy, she's pitching pretty well.
Yeah, 5 up, 5 down so far for Kendra.
Yeah, she's done an awfully good job. Swing and miss.
Oh boy.
And that's that. So she retires 6 batters. She strikes out 2 of them. But good fielding. Boy, some very, very good fielding by Taos. So a good defensive play for Taos for the first 2 innings. They did a great job out on defense, but that'll now end the second inning, and still a 0-0 ball game. And
interesting. As we were saying, and up until the other day, Taos had been winless on the season. They're starting off the game pretty solid on the defensive end.
Yeah, slightly. Jeez. Yeah, there's something else.
And then Kendra Sandoval pitching very, very well. She's been the equal of Michaela Guillen so far. So a little surprise, just from what little we've seen so far, a little surprising they're having this much trouble on the season.
Yeah, really. they're looking pretty good. They're hitting the ball pretty. They're getting the bat on the ball. The defense so far has been outstanding, and so we're at the bottom of the order, Mike. And here comes Selena Stevens, and she is the right fielder, and she'll be followed by the top of the order, Ariana Gutierrez. So here is the first batter in the top of the third inning. Still no score, 0-0 here at the Hope Field. A very, very nice day. There's a ground ball. Nobody's going to play it. They say unbelievable. It was a slow roller down the first baseline. Michaela Guillen took off to get it. And the first baseman for Los Alamos, Bella Robertson, she took off to get it. Then they both pulled back and just let it keep rolling. First is Selena Stevens.
Yeah, they both pulled back. They were both initially trying to get the ball. They both pulled back thinking the other one was going to get it. Finally, Guillen picks it up, but by that time it was too late, and Stevens able to beat it out.
Yeah, it was just a little slow roller right down the first base line, and an easy play. But both girls came charging it, and then when they both saw each other charging it, little ground ball down to the shortstop, and that one is going to be overthrown, and then it goes out into right field. And now the throw comes in to third base, but moving around to third base on is Selena Stevens.
So another error here, and then again the Tigers have something cooking.
Yes, what they were trying to do is to get Selena Stevens coming down from first, and hopefully in a double play situation. But anyway,
I'm not sure the initial throw was going to get her, even if it was online. It was going to be very, very close. Yeah, it was just another slow roller, and it was just kind of in that sweet spot where nobody was. Ooh. That went into the Taos dugout.
Yes.
Into the door of the Taos dugout. Well, it just got thrown out with no problem. So I guess everybody's okay.
Yeah.
But that went straight in.
They had the hit and run on that one, too. Julie Flores is at the plate right now for the Hilltoppers. And so there's a called strike. So, and then heading down to second base right now is Ariana Gutierrez. So she goes down to second. So we have runners now on second and third. Nobody out for the Tigers. This pitch is going to be high and outside. And so right now the Tigers start things off with put two runners in scoring position, and both by I guess you could say fielding errors, but anyway, fielding choices anyway. But Julie strikes out. She takes a swing and she's gone, and that's going to bring up Kendra Sandoval, the pitcher. So Kendra, as they always say, the old cliche, she can do herself a lot of good here with a home run. Swings and misses.
Well, that ball kind of just died at the plate. It looked at like a pretty good pitch up until where he got to the plate, and the bottom dropped out of it.
There's a high fly ball, and that one's going to drop out into left field. That's going to bring a runner in. And so Kendra Sandoval with a nice hit out into left field. She gets a single, and that moves the runners around as Selena Stevens comes home to score. And then Ariana Gutierrez moves down to third base. And then the pitcher, Kendra Sandoval, safe at first. So we have runners now on first and third. And it's a 1-0 ball game right now with the Tigers up. They have one away. And at the plate, coming to the plate right now is Madeline Quintana. She is the center fielder.
Yeah, she's a cleanup hitter. She's a cleanup hitter as well.
So, and then on deck is Lily Chacon. But right now, Madeline Quintana is at the plate. So Michaela, well, there's a worm burner by the pitcher. I mean, that thing hit about 3 or 4 or 5 feet out in front of the plate and then just rolled across the plate. So
would have been a strike.
yeah. So there's a called strike. That should make the count 2-2, I do believe. 1-2, Mike tells me. They need brighter lights on that scoreboard. So here we go. 1-2 pitch. And that one's going to be a little outside. And so 2-2. And so the runner, by the way, Kendra Sandoval, has moved down to second base. So runners on second and third. And there's a fly ball way deep. And that one all the way up against the fence in center field. That's going to bring home 2 runs. The Hilltoppers are going to try to make the throw at the plate. The ball gets away from the catcher and comes up against the backstop. And all the runners, of course, the first 2 runners scored easily. Boy, a hard, high hit ball way deep into center field. And that thing I thought that thing was gone. And right up against the fence. Boy, see, Madeline, boy, she popped that thing. And so she ends up on third base. That would have been a double. And then she advances to third. But that also brings in, and so play is going to go at the plate. So the Hilltoppers, the ground ball down to second base. And the Hilltoppers have a lot of trouble in the field, Mike. The ball went down to second base. And so they decided to make the play at home, which I didn't quite understand because it wasn't a forced play. She would have had to tag her. So she tries to make the play at first. She had an easy play at first, but she decides to bring it home. She overthrows the catcher. And so everybody advances. And so and we have another run come in. So that should make it right now 4-0.
Wow. So Taos putting together a big inning here and taking advantage of a couple of topper errors. But wow, the Tigers hit the ball very well in this inning so far. And with that last one with Madeline Quintana, I can't believe that stayed in the park. I thought that was gone for sure.
Yeah, I kept watching. I thought that thing's going over the fence for sure. But boy, I mean, it came as close as you can possibly get to the fence. And the center fielder for Los Alamos, I mean, she was right up against the fence trying to get to that, but she could not get to it. And so and that was Maria de Herrera out there. And at the plate right now, we have Jasmine Mondragon. She is the catcher. So Jasmine at the plate, called strike, catches the outside corner. So we have right now, let's see, Mike, we still just 1 away, right?
Yeah, just 1 away. And
wow.
Here with Mondragon.
There's a ground ball down to third. That's going to be scooped up. Bad throw again.
Did they tag her? No, they did not.
No, it was the bad throw once again. Bella caught the ball and, as Mike said, tried to tag her as she ran by her. But another error for Los Alamos. So they're piling up the errors here.
Third in this inning, and they're Tigers again, runners at first and third. And you got to give the Tigers credit. After kind of a shaky start, they are really getting the bat on the ball very well right now.
Yeah, they certainly are. And now comes Sonia Gonzalez comes to the plate right now. This is the 8th batter that they put up in this inning. And they still only have 1 away. There's a hard ground ball just foul, just to the left of the third base.
Ooh, that was close.
Wow. That straightened that thing out a little bit. So we have runners on first and third.
I think we have a golden runner on first now.
Oh, go. Yeah. She looks like she could be a golden runner. Small and fast. That one's felled off. she was going down to second, but I doubt if Los Alamos would have made a play. First of all, our fielding and our throws to the bases have not been exemplary, so say the least. So Michaela Guillen takes a lot off of it, and so there goes the golden runner down to second. So runners now on second and third. Sonia Gonzalez is at the plate. Still only one away. Well, there now it's two away. So Sonia Gonzalez strikes out. And so Mike coming to the plate is Penny Espinosa. She's the number 9 batter in this inning.
Wow. So the batting around here are the Tigers, and put up a 4 spot, and they may not be done yet. Runners still at second and third. So again, not out of this yet.
No, not at all. 2 runners in scoring position. This one bounces into the dirt. Nice play behind the plate that time for Los Alamos. Pulling that one in was Illy Garcia. Well, I don't know. I could say she took a little bit off of it. It wasn't a change of pace pitch at all. It was she just didn't throw it very hard. And this one is just above the knees right now. We have counted 2-1, and runners on second and third are 2 outs. But already here in the top of the third inning, the Tigers have put in 4 runs, and the Tigers coming into last weekend, there's a called strike. Tigers had not won a ball game. They were 0-7, and then they took on Santa Fe Indian School, defeated them in a doubleheader by the same score in both games, 14-11. So this pitch is outside. So the count now is full. We have a full count. So full count. Runners on second and third. And at the plate, Penny Espinosa, the number 9 batter in this inning. Takes a cut and goes down swinging.
I think that was ball 4, Gene. I think that was a little high.
Yeah, I think it was too. And so she took a cut, Mike. And so, well, Mike, let's see. Can you add all this mess up or no?
I am doing so right now. So we have final line on this one. 4 runs for the Taos Tigers on 4 hits. 3 Hilltopper errors in that inning, Gene, and those were costly ones. 2 runners left on base, and after 2.5, the Taos Tigers up 4-0. So the Toppers again in a hole here at home in a district ball game. So this is the first of 2 here between Los Alamos and Taos. And we're going to cover this one. Then we're going to boogie on up to North Mesa, Gene, to cover the Topper Taos Tiger baseball game. And the Toppers and the Tigers, you talk about a game, you can just throw the records out on that game. That doesn't even matter.
Yeah, not
those
at all.
2 teams not fans of each other.
Yeah, they Mike, right now the Tigers in the first 2 innings, it's been 6 up, 6 down for the Tigers.
Yeah, Kendra Sandoval throwing very, very well. We'll see if her long delay affected her at all.
No, not at all. And so Maria De Herrera, center fielder, the first batter, called strike. So they retired. Let's see, she has, out of those 6 outs, she has 2 strikeouts. There's some great feeling. High fly ball. And that was going to, whoa, wow. Deep right field. Boy, that looked like that was going to drop in by the fence, but another great defensive play by the Tigers out there. Selena Stevens pulled that one in. Wow. Boy, I mean, that looked like it was going to be extra innings, but a great job out there by Selena. She's playing very, very, very deep So she didn't have to go very far, back up very far to pull that one in. So at the plate right now, let's see, we have, well, we're at the top of the order. Ariana Gutierrez. Where are we? No, where am I? Okay, I can do this.
So this actually Izzy Madison up to the plate now, and she's quickly behind 0-2. Like I said, Izzy has been very, very good on defense the last couple of games. Already a put out from short right field for Madison, but goes down on strikes. That was a little bit of a worm burner, and Madison out on her front foot, and applying the tag is Jasmine Mondragon. So that's 2 away. So quickly, 8 up, 8 down here for Kendra Sandoval and the Tigers.
And here comes up Bella Robertson.
Robertson looks at a strike on the outside corner. Nice fastball there from Sandoval, 0-1. Quick pitch and comebacker to Kendra, throws out Bella, no problem at first base. So 3 up, 3 down once again for Los Alamos. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. That was a quick inning. So a quick half inning. So after 3 complete, the Taos Tigers up 4-0 over the Los Alamos Hilltoppers here. This is a District 2 4A softball game. So we're heading into the top of the 4th. So the Tigers batted around last inning. So they're going to bring to the plate. Let's see. They're going to bring Selena Stevens going to lead off this inning once again as she led off the 3rd. Then we're going to swing around to the top of the order. Ariana Gutierrez and then Julie Flores dude up in this top of the 4th inning against Michaela Guillen. And boy, the Toppers, Gene, have gotten nothing going on offense. Literally nothing on offense. And then the defense just has been very, very shaky here to start this ball game.
Yeah, 9 up, 9 down for the Tigers. So here we go. Selena Stevens started things off with a nice base hit, and then well, let's see, that was a slow roller. I gave it a hit, but slow roller down the first baseline, and Los Alamos couldn't decide who wanted to field it, so nobody did. And so that put Selena on first. She came around to score, and so she will be followed by Ariana Gutierrez. And let's see, as we go around the top of the order, and then Julie Flores. So same batting order they had in the last inning. Exactly. Selena takes a swing at that one. And so the Michaela Guillen on the mound for Los Alamos, swing and miss. And so that's going to make it strike 2 to Selena. She is the number 9 batter and the right fielder. And did an excellent job in the last inning. There's another one of those slow rollers. Who's gonna play it?
Exact same thing that happened the first time she was at bat. Slow roller down the first baseline. Fortunately, Bella Robertson and Michaela Guillen were on the same page at times. So Michaela picking it up and flipping it over, but that looked like deja vu all over again.
Yeah, exactly. Selena did the exact same thing she did to start off the last inning. That little slow roller right down the first baseline, but this time Bella, she just ran over and planted herself on first base, and so she decided, it's up to you, Michaela. And so Selena Stevens just essentially grounds out to the pitcher. And so now we're at the top of the order, Ariana Gutierrez. And There's like, boy, a nice hit out into center field. That's going to go back to the fence. So line drive out, right smack out into center field, and that thing rolls right up against the fence. And so Ariana Gutierrez starts things off with a double for the Tigers. The Tigers are not having any trouble hitting Michaela Guillen this morning. So they have a runner now on second base. And so Julie Flores, the left fielder, comes to the plate with one away. Runner on second. 4-0 ball game right now. The Tigers up, pitches high, gets away from the catcher, throw down to third. And of course, not even close in time. So moving down to third base right now, and scoring position with only one away, and that's Ariana Gutierrez. She is the shortstop.
A little surprised Dilly even attempted a throw over there. She had absolutely no chance to get her.
None whatsoever. And throw was actually kind of wide. Well, this is foul down in the right field. So that should make the count right now. Let's see. 1-1. Yes, 1-1.
It's right there on the scoreboard, Gene. I don't know. I don't understand. that is a faint scoreboard out there.
Oh, well, I know. You can hardly see them. I mean, these little orange numbers, you can hardly see them. The only time you can really see it really well, the sun shines right smack on it. The only time you can see it really well, if it gets nice and cloudy, boy, that thing just stands out. Swing and miss. So that will do it for this time now for Julie Flores. So 2 away for Los Alamos, but they still have that runner over on third base, the Tigers, and now they're going to bring up Kendra Sandoval. And Kendra's gotten on both times she's been on, and she had a nice base hit last time, and drove in a run, and so Kendra, the pitcher, at the plate.
Again, going right after her with a fastball. I thought she might want to be a little more careful.
Yes.
Kendra's taken a couple of really good cuts.
Yeah, she really has. And there's down to second base, and that gets by Hannah Bergerman. That's going to roll out into right field. And so another run comes in to score for the Tigers. So Ariana Gutierrez comes in from second base, and down at first base is Kendra Sandoval, the pitcher. And so that's the third time she's gotten on, Mike. So, and now we will come the center fielder, Madeline Quintana, will come to the plate. It's a 5-0 ball game.
That one just completely ate Hannah up, but that ball was hit very, very hard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And Hannah, it just went right at Hannah. And like Mike said, it was really hard hit. So Hannah didn't have much time to react to that. Hard grounder right at Hannah. But Madeline Quintana's at the plate. She fouls it off against the screen right in front of us. And so, but 5-0, when I looked at the records, Mike, it was 2-7. And like you say, they were 0-7 until they met Santa Fe Indian School. So I thought, well, Hilltoppers shouldn't have too much trouble with the Tigers, but the Tigers are taking the Hilltoppers to school here in this ball game.
Really are. And Quintana, she is the cleanup hitter right now. Remember her last time up, she hit a double off the fence on the fly. Like I said, I still have no idea how that stayed in the ballpark.
I don't either.
She just tattooed that ball.
I thought that was gone for sure. This one, she high pop fly. This is going to come down to Hannah Bergerman at second. So she pops out to the second baseman. And so Hannah pulls it in for Los Alamos, and that's out number 3. But another run scores for the Tigers. Yeah, so I'll let Mike sum it up here as I check to see what's coming up in the.
So the Taos Tigers with a 1-out double That coming from leadoff batter Ariana Gutierrez, and she came around to score for the Tigers. They had 1 run on 1 hit, 1 Hilltopper error, and left a 1 aboard at the end of that inning. 5-0 in favor of the Tigers, and I'm right there with Eugene. I didn't think the Toppers were going to have a terrible amount of trouble this morning with the Taos Tigers. Have had kind of a rough go of it, but are looking very, very sharp here in game 1 of this doubleheader district contest. And chief among them today is Kendra Sandoval, who is pitching very, very well, has faced the minimum through 3 innings. So we'll see if the Toppers can finally get something going. They are going to have the top of the order coming up with Narano, the leadoff batter. She's set to go here, but so far Sandoval has had absolutely no trouble with the Topper batting order.
Yes, and it's amazing, as Mike points out, that we're in the bottom of the 4th inning, and and right now the Hilltoppers, the top of the order comes up because the Hilltoppers have only put up 9 batters in the first 3 innings. So just 3, 3, and 3. And right now we're looking at Rihanna Narano. And Rihanna is the left fielder for Los Alamos. It takes a cut. And so the count is 1-1 to Rihanna. She'll be followed by Onessa Wiake. And then it'll be Abby De Herrera.
Wow. And that one called a ball. That looked like a very good pitch.
Yes. So it ends up 2-1. Kendra Sandoval right back to her. Little grounder right back to the pitcher. So Kendra just scoops it up. So they have retired Mike the first 10 batters with no trouble.
That'll bring Onessa Wiake to the plate. Onessa, her first trip to the plate, hit a pop fly right back to Kendra. Kendra barely had to move to catch that.
Yes, and so she goes with a bunt. Goes for a bunt, misses it. That's going to make it strike 1. Onessa Wiake, and she is the third baseman for Los Alamos. And she'll be followed by Abby De Herrera. And so far, the Hilltoppers, she goes for a bunt again and fouls this one off.
So quickly 0-2 there. I don't know if Coach Cedillo going to want to keep the bunt on or not.
Yeah, I doubt it. She fouls it off. She's done. Swing and miss. Same difference.
Man, what an ugly pitch that was. Just pulled the string on that, kept it up right at eye level. Boy, there's just nothing you can do with that.
No. Abby De Herrera.
Pitch there from Sandoval.
Shortstop up for Los Alamos. Boy, nice pitch. Not a fastball, but I mean, she took about a half-speed pitch, but just floated right over. This one's going to be a little low and outside, but so far the Tigers for Los Alamos have 11 batters come to the plate, and nobody has gotten on base. So nobody has done anything. And nice stop by the catcher for the Tigers at that time, and that was Jasmine Mondragon. And the count right now is 2-1 to Abby De Herrera. She is the shortstop, and she'll be followed by the cleanup hitter, who is the pitcher. That's Michaela Guillen. This one is fouled off, so the count's going to remain at 2-2.
Deuce is wild here with 2 away.
Yeah, the Hilltop got a pretty nice crowd here today to come watch this ball game, but they haven't had a whole lot to cheer about yet. And this one's fouled off. So still 2-2. Michaela Guillen, the pitcher, waiting in the on-deck circle. and they have a real on-deck circle over there. So there's a hard hit ball out into right field. That one gets away from the right fielder. Boy, I'm headed for second, now headed for third. So stand up triple. Starting things up for Abby D. Herrera out into right field. Boy, she pasted that thing. And Mike, she rounded first, and of course she rounded first. There wasn't any question she's going for second. When she started to approach the second, you could see she wasn't slowing down.
No, not even a little bit.
I mean, she had nothing on her mind but third base, and she goes into third base, but standing up, no problem. But I'm telling you, that Abby D. Herrera is fast. Boy, I couldn't believe how fast she got around those bases. Wow. There's a ground ball out into left field. That's going to get by the third baseman. That's going to bring home the Abby D. Herrera from third base. So the Hilltoppers finally get into the scoring column here on a nice single by Michaela Guillen right down third baseline. So the Hilltoppers now make it now a 4-1 ball game. And so we're going to have a golden runner once again, Mike.
Yes, and that is going to be Lindsay Ferran. And she is going to go to first for Guillen. So golden runner. And at the plate now, Micah Stanfield. So the Toppers finally get on the board. Actually, first two hits of the ball game for the Toppers.
Yeah. And there's a bunt. Bunt with two away.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would bunt in this situation.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand that one. Runner on first, bunt with two away, and it was actually there's a high fly foul ball to everybody yelling, watch out, watch out. And if you listen to Mike Mays' broadcast the other day, he was describing it, what happens, what I do when they come over, when the ball comes over the top of the screen. Everybody under the table.
Can never be too careful with that.
No, you can't. So Micah Stanfield, she's a designated hitter. And in the fielder, the flex player for Lausanne, Illy Garcia, the catcher, and there's a swing and miss. So Micah goes down, but the Hilltoppers finally get something going here as they were down 4-0, and so now they now have put a runner on, and so they're looking right now at 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5-0, right?
5-1 the score
5-1.
After the Toppers finally get on the board here in the bottom of the fourth inning. So one run on two hits. The first two hits allowed by Kendra Sandoval today, and that first one a triple to right field, and that was just absolutely pasted by Abby D. Herrera, swinging the bat very, very well. Actually, Gene was north of 600 in terms of a batting average heading into the other day, and did have a solo home run against Espanola Valley. And that one hit very hard. That one actually hit harder than her home run the other day. Just didn't get a whole lot of lift on it. But she gets a triple, and then Guillen brings her around. Nice first base, or nice single down the third baseline to knock her in. So Toppers on the board. Got to keep the Tigers off the board here, though, as we're kind of getting into the late innings.
Yeah, really. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. It's a 5-1 ball game, and at the plate it's the top of the fifth inning, and right now at the plate for the Tigers, and that's Lily Chacon, and Lily is the third baseman. So she starts off by fouling things off. 5-1 ball game right now. The Tigers up on Los Alamos. and nobody expected this. The Tigers, well, they hadn't won a ball game. This was fouled off. They hadn't won a ball game up until last weekend when they took on Santa Fe Indian School, and then that was their first 2 victories. But I told you, Mike, they look a lot better than a 2-7 team. I guarantee you. I mean, their defense has been outstanding. So Lily Chacon leading things off. And she's going to take a cut. She should have brought her golf club because that thing was about an inch above the plate. She took a nice golf swing at it, but couldn't connect. So she goes down swinging. And so here comes the catcher, Jasmine Mondragon. And last time she was up, she grounded out to right field.
That's right. Yeah, just don't see that very often.
No. So I mean, she pasted one out into right field, and boy, great play out there in right field for the Hilltoppers by Izzy Madison to scoop it up. And so right now, way ahead on the count is Jasmine Mondragon, the catcher. She's up 2-0 to Michaela Gia, and this one's going to be ball 3. That's the first time we've had that situation, Mike.
Yeah, I think it's the first 3-ball count we've seen this entire ball game, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we have not seen a 3-0 pitch yet. Here comes a home run ball. Oh, nope, outside.
What?
Wow, unbelievable. What happened to that meatball?
I had already written 3 and 2 down. That's how that works. You take the 3-0 pitch and then you foul off the 3-1 pitch. Yeah, everybody knows that's how you do
right.
that.
Exactly, and then you have a 3 and 2. I mean, that's tradition.
Well, she's gonna have to answer to somebody for that. That's you just don't do that.
No, you don't. Sonia Gallegos, second baseman, comes to the plate. And Sonia, she's been struggling. Called out on strikes in the second, went down swinging in the third, shows bunt, bunts it down the third baseline. That goes foul.
So it wasn't a bad bunt attempt, just couldn't keep it fair.
Yeah. So there's one away, which is the number 3. This is the number 3 batter of the inning. Sonia Gallegos, the second baseman, and on first base is Jasmine Mondragon, who walked the only walk of the ball game so far, period. And there's a pop foul out into right field. It looked like Izzy Madison might have had a play for it, but it just sails over the right field fence.
Kind of like one of my golf drives, just kept slicing and, eventually got it out of play. So just like me playing golf.
So Sonia sitting at strike 1. And Michaela delivers. There's fouled off again. Right back at us. So now it's so it should be now 0-2. And so Michaela now way ahead, but she has a runner on first. And she walked her, and that's she has the honor of having the only walk in the ball game. So this pitch is going to be high and outside. There's a throw down to second, not in time. So
that was the most gradual stolen base I think I've ever seen. Just a leisurely stroll. I think it caught Illy Garcia by surprise.
I know that the Taos runners are. This was also fouled off. The Taos runners are not real, and they don't seem real enthusiastic about heading to second. They just kind of leisurely stroll down there.
That's right. And you would think if you were the golden runner, that's what you'd want to do. You just want to, you want on a speed burn. You want to do your best roadrunner impression there.
So Sonia Gallegos takes a cut, and that's going to advance the runner. The ball momentarily got away from. She took a cut, and so momentarily got away from the catcher, and so they threw it down to first. Illy Garcia threw it down to first, so they could actually tag her out. She swung and missed, and then Hilltoppers dropped the ball, so that gave her a chance to run to first. But in the meantime, Jasmine Mondragon goes around and goes over to third base, and so Sonia Gallegos is out on strikes, and the batter is Penny Espinosa. She's the right field. She is the first baseman. In the count right now, 2-0. So Michaela behind, and the runner once again in scoring position for the Tigers, standing over there on third base.
I think
Jasmine
the Tigers have
Mondragon.
had somebody in scoring position every single inning.
Now they have. And there's going to be right down to Hannah Bergman. Easy play for Hannah, and she just scoops it up over to Bella Robertson. So that will retire the side. And so Mike, looks like they came up with they were no hits and essentially no errors, and one runner on third base.
That's right. 5-1 ball game as we get into the bottom of the fifth inning here at Hope Field, and it's really turned into a pretty nice day here. The winds was going a little bit earlier in this ball game, pretty much settled down. Little tiny breeze. Still going across from left to right, but other than that, it's been very, very nice day. And so right at the conclusion of this ball game, Gene, we're heading up to North Mesa, where it just the postcard weather up there in North Mesa every single time we go up there.
I mean, it's just, you just sit up there. I mean, you just take a Pepsi up there and fill a glass of ice, throw a little umbrella in it. It just doesn't get any better than that up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a breath of wind, no, 80 degrees all the time. You just can't beat that.
I know. They should have, instead of Bomber Field, they should have named it Paradise Field, something like that. So here we are. And so at the plate for Los Alamos, we should be Hannah Bergman, I do believe. So Hannah Bergman, the second baseman, is up. She'll be followed by Maria D. Herrera, the center fielder, and then Izzy Madison, the right fielder. And this time she takes her cut. This goes foul, and that one's going to float out of play down the right field line. So the Hilltoppers, first three innings were 9 up, 9 down. And then actually it was, they were 11 up, 11 down. And then they finally got that beautiful triple by Abby D. Herrera. And then she came home on a single by Michaela Guillen. Boy, I mean, off-speed pitch catches just the outside corner. So
one away here for the Toppers.
Let's see.
And let's
so now
bring up
this would be Maria D. Herrera.
Maria, yes.
So Maria D. Herrera, the catcher, the center fielder, is at the plate.
Sandoval took something off that one as well. And Maria swings through it. 1-1 the count.
Boy, this pitch is, that is a mile outside, and Maria decides that her bat was long enough. So She takes the cut.
Well, they do not use the average bat anymore. They each have their own bat.
There's a nice little bunt down the third baseline. Boy, a pretty bunt, but just rose foul. And she'd have beat that one out easily.
And Lily Chacon, the third baseman, charging in. I think she realized she didn't have a prayer to get Maria, so she just gambled to see if that was going to roll foul and won that. But yeah, there was absolutely no play for her at first base. That's about all she could do. Just hope it rolled foul.
So Maria de Herrera called strike. So it's going to make it strike 2.
Was that a third strike?
Well,
was that strike 3 in that bunt attempt? Because that is not Maria's gone. That's this is Madison at the plate.
Izzy Madison.
It must have been.
I guess it was. Well, she didn't. This is a high fly ball. That's out into left field and gets it by the left fielder. She got under it perfectly, but misjudged it. It was a high fly ball out into left field, and it looked like the left fielder for the Tigers was just going to scoop that up and pull that in, and that was Julie Flores out there. She just positioned herself, just waited for the ball to come down, and when the ball came down, it went behind her.
I don't know if that sailed on her or something happened. She looked like she was camped out right underneath it.
She's just waiting. Yeah, that was amazing. She was just waiting for it out there. And so Maria de Herrera with a nice single out into right field. And so she ends up on second base. And at the plate right now is Izzy Madison. She's the right fielder. Takes a cut and going to third. And nobody paying attention. She started to go. She went probably at least a third of the way, at least, from second to third. And then the catcher came up and threatening to throw it to third. So then she stopped. So then the catcher just went ahead and threw it back to the pitcher. There's a ground ball out into right field. That's going to score a run for the Hilltoppers. And they're going to throw into second base, and they're going to stop the runner. So that's going to prevent the runner, Izzy Madison. But Izzy is going to end up on first base.
Wow.
And then Bella Robertson will come to the plate for Los Alamos, and she is the number 9 batter. But okay, I'm lost.
We're back up at the top of the order with Rihanna Narano, and she fouls one off down the right side. So Robertson on first, and 2 very, very makeable plays there for the Tigers, and they can't finish either one of them. So the Toppers get another run, 5-2 ball game. 0-2 the count now to Naranjo. Sticks her bat out. That's going to drop in for a single. And oh boy.
Wow. I mean, everything went wrong there, Mike. High fly ball out into right field. That drops in. And then they try to catch her at coming into third. They had her cold. The throw coming into third, they had her. And then the third baseman drops the ball.
Right in her glove, too. Yeah, they had Robertson out by 5 feet.
Oh, easily. Yeah, and so.
But just could not hang on to the ball. Perfect throw. And so second and third, 2 down. And the Toppers still in this, but that's entirely because of the Taos defense, which has been excellent up to this point, and they're just they can't make any play at all now.
So right now at the plate, we have, should be Onessa Wiake.
Yeah, it is not. That is Dalen Rodriguez at the plate. So pinch hitter here for the Toppers.
Yes, exactly.
So Dalen actually has been mostly golden runner. So getting in a swing here. So, but she's got a golden opportunity to get the Toppers within a run.
There's this pitch is fouled off. We have runners now on second and third. And so the Hilltoppers have brought in a run. And so they have runners on second and third. And at the plate is Dalen Rodriguez, the pinch hitter, batting for Onessa Wiake. There's a called strike. And so Dalen is called out on strikes. And so that is out number 3.
So at the end of 5, the Tigers up 5-2. The Toppers do push a run across here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They get to 1 run on 1 hit, 2 big Taos errors leading to that run. And they strand 2 aboard. The Toppers do 5-2 ball game. So this one may be shaping up the way we had that game the other day against Espanola Valley for 5.5 innings. The Sun Devils absolutely dominated that game. And then the bottom of the 6th, just everything fell apart. The Toppers scored 6 runs without getting a ball, without getting even getting the ball, but one ball out of the infield an entire inning, and that was a routine fly ball.
Yes.
So 6 runs on no hits and 3 costly Sun Devil errors, and the pitchers the pitcher was fabulous through 5 innings, and then just things fell apart.
Is that a new pitcher, or is that still Michaela?
So I think it still looks like Michaela. So she has settled in, and
that's Michaela,
and has pitched much better the last couple of innings. So the Selena Stevens, the number 9 batter, up to the plate now, down 0-1, and that one's going to run high. 1-1 the count. So Stevens got the big rally going in that 3rd inning, which led to 4 Taos runs and put them up big at the time.
Yeah, this is the 3rd inning. She's been the leadoff hitter. Takes a swing and a cut at that one. So count now is 1-2. So Michaela way ahead of Selena Stevens. She's the number 9 batter, and she's led off 3 innings. And so then we'll pop around to the top of the order, Ariana Gutierrez. But right now it's a 5-2 ball game as the Hilltoppers down to the Tigers. Swing and miss. So that will retire. And so Selena Stevens goes down swinging. That'll make it out number 1. And then here comes Ariana Gutierrez. She's a shortstop and had a nice double. She struck out the first time she came up, and she got on base in the 3rd inning, had a nice double in the 4th inning. And so we have a
ground ball to 3rd, and that is picked up and thrown across the bag. That actually pulled Robertson off of first base, but she's able to do a little tap dance there at first and gets back to the bag to retire Gutierrez for out number 2. But Toppers with a couple of quick outs here.
Yeah, so at the plate right now is Julie Flores, the left fielder. Julie fouls this one off down the 3rd baseline. She'll be followed by the pitcher, Kendra Sandoval. Kendra's had a pretty good day at the bat, I must say, and a pretty good day at the mound. That last inning was she kind of ran into some problems, but mainly that was once again fielding problems.
Yeah, she could have gotten out of there she actually could have gotten up, three down last inning.
Yeah, they had to. There's one. She hits that Mike with the end of the bat. I mean, if that bat had been an inch shorter, she would have missed it. I mean, the very, very end of the bat, and that goes out into center field. So it's a ground ball out into center, and for Ariana Gutierrez. And here comes Julie. Let's see. This is Kendra Sandoval, the pitcher. So runner on first, and that is Julie Flores over on first base with a nice single. And so Kendra Sandoval, the pitcher, at the plate. She's done a good job at the plate. There she does it. Oh, a line drive goes down to the shortstop, and the throw to first is going to be high. That brings Bella Robertson off the bag. And so Kendra, it was almost a line drive to the shortstop. Did you see the way that thing dropped? I mean, that thing had so much English on it. I mean, it just came. She popped that thing. I thought it just looked like a line drive, and all of a sudden it just freaking dove and dived, but right in front of the shortstop for Los Alamos, and so she scooped it up, and the throw to first was high. Abby's high was throw high to Bella Robertson. So Kendra's on first, and so Julie Flores now is on second, and the batter right now is Madeline Quintana, and Madeline with a nice hit out into center field, and that's going to bring home some runs. So anyway, so the Tigers on the move here as Kendra, as she got on, and then Madeline Quintana with a nice hit out into center field. So that scores Julie Flores. So she comes in to score, and then Kendra Sandoval, she goes to second, and then Madeline Quintana is at first, and at the plate right now is Lily Chacon, unless I'm mistaken. Number 21, is that number 21?
Yes, that is Lily at the plate right now. But on that last hit, Gene, Julie Flores she tore around third. She didn't even think about stopping at third, and that was the right move. With the 3-run lead, there's a big difference between a 3-run lead and a 4-run lead. So very, very important run there, and Julie scores standing up.
She pulled the string on that one. Wow. And so pulls the string on this time on Lily Chacon, and then Chacon takes a swing at it, but boy, I mean, change of pace ball. That is out number 3, but the Julie Flores comes home to score, and so that should make it right now. It's a 6-2 ball game.
Wow. This is not the game we were expecting coming in here, not even a little bit, but the Tigers have been in full control of this ball game almost from the get-go.
Yeah, completely.
So 1 run on 2 hits, another topper error, and 2 left on base, and toppers are just piling up the errors today, unfortunately. They've been very, very costly. That is, let's see, that's already 5 errors today. Wow.
Yes.
Can't do that and expect good things to happen.
Well, right now, Mike, we're at the bottom of the 6th inning, so the Hilltoppers are running out of innings, as it turns out, and so the Hilltoppers will start things off, and they will bring up. Let's see. Oh yeah, Abby Yeah, Abby De Herrera will come to the plate. So she's a shortstop. She'll be followed by the pitcher, Michaela Guillen, and then the designated hitter, Micah Stanfield. So first hit by Abby, and it's going to go right down the long fly ball right down the third baseline. I mean, right down the third baseline, and hits the fence. And that just was, that was just a few feet in. So it was very, very close. She almost hit that little stand thing out there, indicate it's a foul ball. But she just pasted that thing out into left field, and it couldn't have been. Right in the corner, the coffin corner of the left field line, and the left field fence. So first one, Abby De Herrera pops a double to start things off. Nice hit by Abby. So the Hilltoppers trying to get something going. Michaela Guillen, the pitcher, is at the plate. This one is. So here we go, playing around with the base runner again. The base runner took off, went about a third of the way. The catcher then threatened her back to towards second. She thought she acted like she's going to throw it to third, and the batter looked like she's going to go back to second. And then the batter decided she just stayed where she was at. So she threw it back to the pitcher. She just took off, and then Kendra Sandoval had no clue that the runner was going to third. Count right now is 2-1 to Michaela. So Michaela is the cleanup hitter for the Hilltoppers. The count is 3-1.
It's going to be interesting. I wonder if Kendra's going to go after her here with first base open. Obviously, it's not ideal to do that with nobody out. And
so here's ball four. And so she throws ball four, and immediately Abby De Herrera just takes off as soon as she threw the pitch. And so she goes down to third, and Michaela Guillen, ironically, draws a walk. Michaela gave up the only walk of the ball game in the last inning, and so now she draws a walk in this inning. So runners on first and second. So the Hilltoppers starting off big here as they're down 6-2. Maybe they're going to do the same thing they did against Espanola. And so they have a pickle, and the runner is safe. All the runners go, and in fact, the golden runner for Michaela Guillen ends up on second base. But so Micah Stanfield is at the plate, but
wow. So Los Alamos steals second base, which they should do in this situation. The Tigers actually threw the ball short to the shortstop, but De Herrera took off.
Ground ball right down the middle, Mike, out into center field, and coming around to score. So Abby De Herrera comes in to score, and then the golden runner from Michaela Guillen comes in to score. So here comes the Espanola Valley. Here comes the Espanola rally, Mike. This is the same situation the Hilltoppers were in against Espanola the other night.
Exactly.
And at the plate right now is Hannah Bergerman. So, and Micah Stanfield, beautiful hit, and that runs. So she's sitting down on first base as she drove in 2 runs and makes it now a 6-4 ball, and throw down to second, and they got her. Well, the ball comes out of the glove, but the umpire indicated she was out. But the ball came out of the glove, but she had already made the tag.
Yeah, I think that's a correct call, and Los Alamos asking about that, but I think she held the ball plenty long enough to record the out. So yeah, I think that was the right call. So
Topper's stealing, attempting a steal of second. In this situation, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, and they had nobody out at that point. And so they had put runners on second and third, and they both came home on a nice hit by Micah, and then Hannah Bergerman at the plate for Los Alamos, and then Micah decides to steal second to throw down to second, and they get her, and so
that wasn't even particularly close. She was out by a couple steps.
Yeah, so Hannah Bergerman's still at the plate for Los Alamos. Swings and misses. Boy, she was aiming for Milwaukee. Boy, did she take a cut with that one. There's an attempted bunt, and she misses that. So the count right now is 2-2 to Hannah. Hannah 2-2. She'll be followed by Maria D. Herrera. Hannah is the second baseman. And we did have a runner on base, but no longer. One out, one away. Swing and miss. And Kendra just took something off of that one and floated outside. And Hannah goes chasing it. And she goes down swinging. So that's going to make it. That's going to bring up Maria D. Herrera. Nobody on. And right now it's a 6-4 ball game. Hilltoppers are down by 2, and we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hilltoppers trying to get something going, and there's a hard hit ball out into left field. So the Hilltoppers coming up here in the 6th inning, just like they did the other night against Espanola, trying to get a rally going here. They were down. They were down in this ball game 6-1, or 6-2 actually. So now they've closed it down to 6-4, and another nice base hit by Maria D. Herrera. And she's at first base, and then Izzy Madison, the right fielder, comes to the plate for Los Alamos. And Izzy, last time she was up, had a really nice single, and she ended up stranded on first base. There's an attempted bunt, and attempted bunt with 2 away. I there's something about that I don't understand.
Bunt attempt in this situation doesn't get you a whole lot. Unless Izzy thought she saw something out of the defense, that doesn't. That's really not going to do you a whole lot of good in this situation.
No, it isn't. And she takes a cut at this one. So right now, Kendra is way ahead in the count as the off-speed pitch called strike.
Boy, Kendra's thrown that a couple of times, and there's just nothing you can do with that pitch. It's just it's got some late breaking action. It's high and it's on the outside corner. Even if you get a bat on it, you're not going to do anything with it.
No.
That's a nasty pitch.
Yes. So let's see. Well, the Hilltoppers, Mike, let's you sum it up here.
So the Toppers right back in the ball game, 6-4 ball game. Toppers scoring a pair of runs in that bottom of the 6th inning on 3 hits. I got started with an Abby Dijareta double, and that hit the left field fence on the fly. She'd gotten just a little bit more oomph on it. That would have been out, no problem. But she comes around to score. So 2 runs on 3 big Topper hits. First, the Toppers haven't gotten a whole lot of great contact against Sandoval, but 3 very, very hard to hit balls there. No Tiger errors, and let's see, 1 left on base. So 6-4 heading into the top of the 7th inning. Toppers really need a goose egg here in this inning, but
getting a little bit of offense finally against the Tigers, which that was almost non-existent for about half this ball game.
Yeah, they had shut them down for like four innings, and then they finally started getting the bat on the ball. Finally, and at the plate right now is Jasmine Mondragon. Jasmine at the plate. This is a foul ball out of play down the right side, and Sonia Gonzalez is on deck. Jasmine is the catcher. Sonia Gonzalez, the second base, is on the index in the on deck circle, and Penny Espinosa is she will be up. She is the center. She is the first baseman. So Jasmine Mondragon at the plate. And Michaela taking a lot of time on this pitch. This one's going to go outside. And the count right now is 1-2 strikes to Jasmine. And this one catches the corner. Outside corner. Nice pitch. Called out.
Yeah, very nice pitch there from Guillen to retire Mondragon, a tough hitter. And then Sonia Gallegos at the plate now. She's had a rough go of things at the plate, but see what she does here. One away here in the top of the seventh.
Yeah, Sonia Gallegos. Yeah, she's been up 3 times and struck out all 3 times. Sonia having some problems here today. She's the batter number 7 in the order. So Sonia, and this one is a ground ball out into right. Oh, I thought they're going to have another play at first, but this one gets by Izzy Madison. At first, I thought it was like another one of those, a line drive, a one bouncer to Izzy. And so I thought Izzy was going to scoop that up and we were going to have another play at first and have another 9-3 scoring situation. But this one gets away from Izzy.
I think that's what Izzy was looking at. I think she saw that she had an opportunity to do that. I think she took her eye off the ball.
Yeah, I think she did because it was right to her. A one bouncer, all she had to do was put that thing in her glove and bring it over to first.
She would have had a shot. Sonia is not a fast runner.
No, she's not.
But yeah, I think just for saying Izzy is just Izzy Madison right field has just been spectacular on defense. Just I think took her eye off the ball for just a hair, and that was enough for the ball to get away from her.
So Penny Espinosa is at the plate. Penny's the first baseman. She'll be followed by Selena Stevens, the right fielder. But Penny, she's had her problems too. Struck out twice and got thrown out by the second baseman. Grounded out to second to Hannah Bergerman. So Penny at the plate. And there's one away, runner on second base. It's right now, it's a 6-4 ball game in favor of the Tigers. And that looked like a pretty good pitch, but it is called the ball. And so Penny awaiting the next pitch from Michaela. That one a little high and outside.
Oh boy. Well, those are tough pitches to take with 2 strikes.
Yes, really. So we're full count. So Michaela, and this is a ground ball right down the first baseline foul.
Picked up barehanded by the assistant coach there. That was
yes,
that was pretty good play.
Yeah, not bad. Whoa. Okay.
Everything fine. No,
Right.
that one fouled back over our heads. It was Gene was ready to move with his cat-like reflexes, but no need for it. It did sail a little bit.
I was heading under that table. So count is still full. So off-speed pitch. Wow. That thing just floated over the plate. Penny Espinosa completely fooled, so she takes the swing. But there's nothing she could do, actually. One good choice of pitches that time by Michaela. And now we're at the absolute bottom of the order, Selena Stevens. So Selena had an interesting situation. She really started to rally, the first rally, or not a rally, but the first run for the Tigers. And she's batted. Actually, she's batted at the bottom. She's been the leadoff batter 3 times in this ball game. But right now she's struggling here at the plate.
Has been a little bit of a tough out today, though.
Yes. Oh, yes, it has. Yeah. Yeah, she grounded out to the pitcher. She got on base on a slow roller down the first baseline, and the Hilltopper, Michaela Guillen and Bella Robertson, both got confused as to who should pick up the slow roller, and so Selena made it to first base. Came up the next time, lead off batter the next time, did exactly the same thing, exactly. But this time the Toppers played it properly and able to throw her out. Count of 2-2 right now to Selena. Have a runner on second. There's that off-speed pitch again. This one is just barely got a little bat on it. So,
I thought Guillen had got her with that, and Selena she got the tiniest piece of that ball with the tiniest piece of her bat to stay alive.
Yes. And there's a called strike. So she's called out on strike, so that will do it for Taos for at least in regulation. And Mike, they essentially were 4 up and 3 down. They had 3 strikeouts and a base hit.
Yeah, so that's actually 5 strikeouts in the last 2 innings for Guillen. So the Tigers do not score. They get 1 hit, 1 topper error, and they leave 1 stranded. 6-4 heading into the bottom of the 7th inning. Toppers looking for some more late inning magic here in district. This is their second district ball game, their second home district ball game. The Toppers were dominated for 5.5 innings by the Espanola Valley Sun Devils. Last time on Wednesday, the Sun Devils just absolutely in control of that ball game up until the bottom of the 6th inning. Toppers able to score 6 runs and take the lead, close it out in the 7th. Well, the Toppers are down to their last at bat here against the pitcher. It's done a pretty good job against them for most of this ball game, Kendra Sandoval. So they need to do something, but we'll get the top of the order here in just a minute after Bella Robertson. So we'll see what Bella does. So the Toppers still with some life here, but are going to need to rally here in the 7th.
Yeah, they really are. Well, he's only down 2, and this pitch comes in, bounces in front of the plate. So Bella Robertson looking at ball 2 at the moment, so she's out ahead of Kendra. Kendra's been pitching an excellent ball game. The Hilltoppers finally start getting the bat on the ball in the last inning, and so now it's a 3-0, I do believe. Is that? And this is ball 4. So Bella Robertson goes down to first. And then here comes the tying run to the plate. Rihanna Narano, the left fielder. Let's see what Rihanna can do here against Kendra Sandoval. And now Maria Cedillo, the head coach of Los Alamos, wants to talk things over. I think we're going to have a golden runner, I do believe.
I didn't know they had another runner.
Yeah, and so there goes the golden runner. Let's see, number 16, Mike. Who we got?
That is Lindsay Ferran. She's a junior, and it's been called on a couple of times to golden run for the Toppers. So she will run here for Bella Roberts. I think Bella's out of the game now, in case we do happen to go to extra innings. I think she is out. But in any event, that's going to bring Narano to the plate. So Toppers have the part of the order they want. Top of the order right now. They're trying to rally back. Holy moly! Look at the first baseman. She's like 30 feet from home plate.
There's a throw down to second. That gets by the second baseman, rolls out toward center field. And so the golden runner for Los Alamos is able to steal second.
I think she would have been out if that,
Oh,
if
yes.
that ball had been caught.
Yeah.
I think they would have got her.
Oh, yes, they would have. They had her cold. It's just that the throw was a little to the side, but that should have been caught. And so Rihanna Narano still at the plate for Los Alamos and down on second base.
Toppers have
Right
been
now.
very aggressive on the base paths, and I think they've been way too aggressive. They've just gotten away with it.
So first she shows bunt, and then she decides to take a swing. But as Mike pointed out before that play down to second base, when it looked like she was going to bunt, the first baseman was at least halfway down the first baseline. I mean, she was actually closer to the batter than the pitcher. So Rihanna Narano at the plate. This one's a fly ball. It's going to be foul. Yes, it is foul. Playable, but not catchable.
Oh, wow.
That should have been an easy play that time for the shortstop. And so Ariana Gutierrez comes over to make the play in foul territory. That should have been an easy play. She couldn't hang on. The ball down to third base. They're not going to be able. And that comes down to the third baseman. Went right at the third baseman, and then that was Lily Chacon, and she should have scooped that thing up, but she didn't. I think she might have been worried about the runner. But anyway, the Hilltoppers get this rally going, and they've got Rihanna Narano now is down at first base, and Bella Robertson. Let's see, Dalen Rodriguez actually is batting. That's right. Dalen came in as a pinch hitter in the fifth inning. So Dalen once again at the plate. The runners on first and second, so they're the two hanging runs, and now the ball gets away from the catcher, and the runners are now in scoring position. Whoa! Oh, so. And Mike, let's see, we have nobody out.
Nobody out, and Dalen up to the plate, and then two very, very dangerous hitters right after her. So Toppers are sitting pretty, even though they're down 2 runs. Nobody out, runners at second and third. And Dalen, we've seen Dalen for a long time. She is a very, very good athlete. So she's more than capable of doing something here as well.
Yes, and so
wow.
So runners on second and third, and Dalen at the plate. Dalen Rodriguez. She shows bunt, and so she bunt, and it's just a little pop bunt right in front of the plate, and the catcher Lily Chacon comes out and scoops it up, and then the Hilltoppers, they actually, if everybody would have held, they'd have been all right because they were worried about the runner on third base, who was Bella Robertson, and they're worried about that runner, and so they did not make a play at first. As the runners had held, we'd have the bases loaded, but then Bella decides to come home, and she gets tagged out. So we move around to see that we're now at the, let's see, is that, Abby? Yes. Abby De Herrera, who's well, she struck out the first time she was up, but then she got a single, and she got a double. She can drive home the tying run. Pop fly comes down to the shortstop, and the shortstop pulls it in.
Wow, what a huge out there for Sandoval. And Abby with two runners aboard, more than capable of ending this game with one swing, but got underneath it, and huge out there for Sandoval and the Tigers.
So this is a high fly ball by Michaela Guillen out to center field, and she pulls it in. So the Hilltoppers started to rally, and unfortunately, Mike, on that bunt, if the Hilltoppers runners had held, they really didn't have a play at first. So the runners had just held. I'm not sure why the third base runner decided to come home. She really had no chance. But I think the runner had also come down from second base. So she had the runner on second base had come down to third. And so she was kind of stuck between third and home. So both runners would have had to run back to the base. So she decided to come on home and then got tagged out. So it was unfortunate. That was Bella Robertson. And then of course,
actually, no, that was not Bella. That was the Golden Runner.
Oh, the Golden Runner.
Yeah, but
okay.
As I said, the Toppers have been living dangerously on the bases this entire ball game, and up to that point had gotten away with it. But Toppers with the opportunity there, and two huge batters there, Abby De Herrera and Michaela Guillen, and both coming up with a chance to bring the tying run, or maybe even a walk-off home run. Both of those girls have more than enough power, but Abby pops out to short, and then Guillen actually I thought she hit the ball better than she did, but it went straight up, and it dropped straight to Madeline Quintana, and that does it. But wow, that's an upset.
Yeah,
that is an upset in game one of this doubleheader.
So, we have to head up to Bomber Field and for the baseball game. So we're going to wrap it up in a hurry here. So final score is going to be 6-4. The Hilltoppers go down to the Taos Tigers, and the Tigers go now to Hilltoppers go to 1-1 on the season, and the Tigers go to 1-0 in district play. So this is Gene Mortensen for Mike Mays, and we'll be back on the air here in about an hour. So bye-bye, everybody.
Hello, I'm Commander Oliver Morris with the Los Alamos Police Department. It's an exciting time to live in Los Alamos. With the increase in hiring at the lab, we've seen more motorists and visitors come to Los Alamos. But with that, we've also seen an increase in traffic. And with traffic, we also get calls of distracted driving, speeding, and sometimes aggressive driving. Please join me in reducing these calls. Our officers are going to be out in force looking for these types of driving behavior. If you see something, please call us at our non-emergency line or our emergency line. We appreciate your partnership in helping keep our community safe, and thank you.
Hi, I'm Troy Hughes with Los Alamos Fire Department, reminding you that fall's upon us and winter's soon coming, so we'll start using our appliances more, like our furnace, our fireplaces. Make sure you get those appliances checked by a certified technician, especially the fireplaces. Make sure you've got a good chimney sweep, get that thing good and clean and ready to burn, and make sure you have a good working CO detector and smoke alarm in your home if you're going to use those appliances.